Celebrate you for who you are. Let's go.
I'm Cassie Tate-Bailey. I am the owner.
I am Tiffini Tate-Bailey, and my role is general manager. And we found each other on Facebook dating because that is a sign of the times. That's where you meet people. So we found each other on Facebook dating. I thought she was beautiful.
Just one day off, totally off the cuff, said, you know, I think I'd like to open a queer space. And she's like, let's do it. And literally by the next day, we had like a plan written, and we were
off and
hot to
running.
go, big time.
We were definitely hot to go. I just think the planets aligned and brought us together for not only us as a couple, but this journey that we're on. So very blessed.
When we decided to do this place just looked kind of like a little office. It had gray, like light gray walls. It had a drop ceiling.
And we just completely gutted it and started over, just the two of us. We've done all the work here except for the electrical and the plumbing, but other than that, we've done all the work ourselves. But I think that when you do something like that, you have a lot more love put into it.
We are an excellent team when it comes to working together. I'm the boss and she does whatever I say, and it works great.
It works great for us. I mean, this is our baby for sure. And the people that come in, they're our babies.
This little bar that I worked at called the Down Home Saloon was like home to all of us, and it really gave me a safe place to explore who I am, and very supportive people who I still consider to be friends and family. So then when I moved here, I already had that bar experience that I could bring over to here. It's a craft cocktail bar, but it sort of has a dive bar soul because that's where I came from. And so that's sort of what we want, people to have that same family, relaxed feeling, even though it seems a little more upscale in here.
Okay, only Anya wants it as an example, so then we're gonna keep moving.
Before we even put it out there in the world at all, we contacted Doss House. They actually threw a benefit show for us, and so they've been amazing. And the queer community has been incredible. And actually, the ally community has come out and just been so supportive as well. We have quite a lot of allies come in here, just looking for a place where they can be, you know, themselves as well. A place that's so accepting is great for anyone. Our weekly events that we have, those are all great, just kind of regular couple hours events. People can come in and enjoy a few drinks, have a little entertainment without feeling like they have to sit through a whole show. The events are super fun, super high energy. But when we're actually relating to people on a person-to-person basis, we'll come sit down and just get to know people. And it's so intimate in here that there might be a couple at the bar and a person over on the couch, and somebody else is standing over here, and everybody's conversing. And you don't get just in your own little pods, you kind of are all together in here. That was completely our vision, and it has absolutely happened.
When I think of a dame, I think of somebody from like the 40s or 50s that's kind of edgy, kind of sexy, kind of dangerous to be around. And that's kind of the vibe we want to emulate. Even though we're lesbian owned, we're a friend to anybody in the LGBTQIA plus community, but it is ultimately lesbian owned. And we want the women that are here to feel powerful and feel like they're making a statement.
There are only like 25 to 30 lesbian bars left in the whole United States. And so, of course, we were like, oh, we really want to raise that number. But on the other hand, the last thing we want to be is
exclusive.
Exclusive, exactly. We had a lot of people really want us to be a lesbian bar because of that. We just couldn't do it. We couldn't exclude anybody like that. And so we decided on the term queer as being a queer lounge, because we want anyone who self-identifies in the queer space to feel like this is a place for them.
There was a gal that reached out to us on Facebook Messenger and asked if they could donate something. She said, well, it's the old Panic sign. And we're like, yes, we absolutely want that. The owner of the Panic, the former owner of the Panic, she brought us some memorabilia, including a bunch of stuff about Lincoln's queer history. And we're actually looking into trying to find a historian for some of the stuff that she gave us, because some of the stuff she gave us is pretty pivotal in Lincoln's gay history?
I have been an advocate and an activist around LGBTQA plus rights. There's still a need for that. Panic was here as long as I remember, and I knew Kelly. Kelly was super supportive of the community. Literally, that's where Pride took place outside for a long time. Always made contributions.
They were such a safe place for people like me that were young, queer, had no place to go, with people that would accept me for who I am.
Before we used the panic sign, we actually did get a hold of her and ask if she was okay with it. And she was so gracious and so happy to let us use it. And I think she was pretty excited that, wasn't being forgotten in Lincoln's queer history.
Panic was definitely a safe place for me. And we want to provide a safe place here. And we take that very seriously.
A part of the reason why I didn't come out for so long is because I just never had just a normal LGBTQIA plus relationship shown to me growing up. There just wasn't anybody out and around in my family or in my neighborhood. And so I feel like giving that to the next generation, maybe, they'll become their authentic selves much sooner than I did.
If you don't have ways of connecting in with other people with similar identities or that can support you in who you are, then it's also very alienating and isolating. People who are able to be who they are and be accepted for who they are and affirmed in their identities are actually happier, healthier people. It's like the ripple effect. It will help everybody be happier and healthier. That's really the essence of safe space.
Come here and be your authentic self. And so we've had a couple people actually come out here, like this is my coming out day, which has been amazing, that they feel safe enough to do that here. And they are supported by so many people. So we had one individual that recently came out here and bought a round of drinks for the bar, and everybody was cheering this person and hugging this person. And it was so nice to be able to provide that celebration of their new authenticity as opposed to shame.
One of the things that hasn't changed is that people look for friends or chosen family or places where they can go, where they feel like they are accepted to some degree.
We are strong. We are safe with each other. We are going to get through whatever the world tosses at us. This is our home, and this is the home of many, many LGBTQIA plus people and allies who could use that kind of safe space. We could have up and moved to a really liberal area and had a place, but that doesn't hit the same as giving a place where it's so needed, like Nebraska.
When people feel like they have to hide who they are, they can't really live an authentic life. And so having spaces where people know that people understand what their identities are, where you're welcome, where people want you to be safe and included, and where you feel like you might belong, make a tremendous difference to somebody being able to survive and potentially thrive in the environments that they're in. And sometimes it only takes one person or one space to help make that happen.
So our opening night was insane. We were at capacity for
About 6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours. There was people lined around the parking lot. And honestly, it was kind of overwhelming. This is intense.
It was a lot.
We were exhausted by the time we were closing, and we were going through putting in all the tips and everything. And one of my bartenders brought over one of the tip forms, and on the bottom it said, "I like this place. I feel seen." And that for me was like the cherry on top. Like that proved to me that this was the right thing to do. This is the place to have made. There are so many questions. Will it actually have that impact of being a safe place, or is it just going to be another place to come drink? And that answered that for me, very just in one little statement. And so that meant a lot to me.
I think anybody who has ever felt that they haven't been included somewhere, just knowing there's someplace out there where that is a possibility helps provide hope. And it's hard to live without hope.